I had always wanted when I retired to go into education. I had anticipated, and again, this is how well you know your own path, right? I had thought I would teach. I had always been a firm believer in finding a way to make the world a better place, provide some social good. Now, people will argue, and I always say, "Yeah, but you worked on cosmetics. You developed cosmetics that made the world a better place." I'm like, "Yeah, I wanted to do something a little more than that." um, and as I was preparing to leave P&G, I was working on getting my teaching certification. And math teachers, specifically high school math teachers, and this is pre-pandemic, are you know there are not enough of them, and especially not in public education. And a lot of classrooms, even pre-pandemic, for high school math are manned by substitute teachers, which is
Mm.
horrible, because especially in any kind of STEM field, high school math and specifically algebra is sort of the cornerstone of any kind of STEM development. And if you don't have a good teacher connecting with kids and unlocking that potential, you just close off so many doors. So that was sort of what my vision was. Now, it all happened a lot earlier than I expected because my, business in Baltimore was sold to a competitor. And so at that point in time, I was like, oh, from P&G, I was given the opportunity to go back to the company in Cincinnati, but in Cincinnati, and we didn't want to move. So I took the job for 2 years, flying back and forth each week until we got our kids through college. But at that point in time, I'm like, okay, well, now I'm going to do this. This is earlier than I had planned, but let's get ready to, that's when I was working on my certification. And at that point in time, one of my colleagues who had left at the time I did from the Baltimore organization 2 years earlier, had moved into education, but she had moved into this analytics organization. And, I was talking to her about teaching positions, and she's like, will you come in and talk to the people on my team? There's a bunch of people who were teachers who are on my team, and you can understand this role and understand what their teaching experience is like, because I know you'll be a great teacher. You'll impact 200, 300 kids in a high school by teaching. But if you take your skills, which we are having a really difficult time finding people to take these roles because, these skills are highly valuable in industry. Public education doesn't pay very much. We just can't get people to fill these roles. You'll impact all 80,000 students in our school system.